Hi guys, it's Granny Tana speaking. Welcome to this video about the upcoming map Kinlaig from the Highlands Fishing Pack that we will get in November. Yeah, and at FarmCon we got a presentation of this map and I have some footage material. And I can show this to you and we can watch it together. And here you can see a farmhouse and it's a walkable farmhouse. And in autumn you get those pumpkins as decoration. Yeah, and they show it as something very special. But most of my farmhouses always have pumpkins in autumn. Yeah. But Giants discovered this too. And that is awesome. And we have a walk-in farmhouse again. And here we have a shed and another shed. And there's another shed and this looks like silos. Yeah, and the trees in the background, they are rather nice. I think some of them are new and different to the one we already have, which is awesome. Here we have the Massey Ferguson that all of us know. And yeah, there we can see the Highland cattle. But we won't see much more of this. Maybe later. We still have some time until this map comes out. Here we have a nice New Holland tractor. And we take this car to drive around. Yeah, and there are sheep. They don't have a meadow, but better sheep without meadow than no sheep. And we have quite some nice equipment even for grassland work, which I really like. Yeah, and I get a little bit dizzy from all these movements. But I already took a medicine against seasickness or motion sickness. Because when I made the video for my German channel, I got completely motion sick. And therefore I thought, okay, I wait 12 hours and then I take medicine to prevent from this. And here, as you can see, it is left side traffic because we are in the UK. And here we have the first little village. And as far as I understood it, those red and blue buildings will get a variety of different colors. So I guess it won't stay with all those powerful red and blue buildings, but more sophisticated colors that match to those other stone buildings. But I'm not sure whether I understood it correctly. Here we have a ruin. We have a lot of ruins. And I wonder whether we can do something with those ruins. There is one ruin, the castle, that we can rebuild. But the other ruins that are just standing around, we will see. And I already had the idea, not with this map, but independent of this map, to make an old farmhouse that is a ruin as a buildable house. And so you place it and you get the ruin. And then in the first task, all the stones are removed and put on a neatly pile, and they can be used to rebuild this farmhouse. And so then you don't need to bring the stones from the field. Yeah, and then you add some wood and have a nice building. And here they show the hedges. Is it hedges? I think, yeah, it's hedges. They come in 3 sizes. This is the small one. And then here we have the medium size. And there is the big one. And this size is the one that is around those fields. And that tells me that if we buy a field, we could remove the hedges if we so wish. And what I don't know yet is whether they have collision. I think if they don't have collision, I would keep them because I find them very beautiful. And if they have collision, maybe I make some bigger openings, bigger than the gates. We will see. I am looking forward to play on this map immensely. I really, really like it. Yeah, I like nearly everything that I saw so far. Another little village. I really wonder how they manage it to build 4 or 5 villages onto one standard size map. I think they scatter them around very good and they make very small villages. Maybe that's the secret. And they have quite a big background, and that helps to give the feeling of being in a really big map. Look, this little sports car there. We will see one of those later again. Yeah, here we have one of those very tiny villages, just a few houses. And I think it's a good idea to have very tiny villages with only few houses. Then you have the feeling, wow, this map is big. We have 4 villages. And did you see the traffic light? And here we are at a quarry, and we can get raw stones from this. And it looks like as if it would be a production. You add some water, because we have this water drop, and then magically they make stones out of the water, I guess. And somewhere else we have masonry, where they make square stones for building houses out of the raw stones. And look, this huge tree at the left side. We only see a little bit of it, but it's nice. I think they made some new trees for this map. Really nice new trees. And I also saw some spruces. Now we go up. To make a map 3-dimensional like that adds to the feeling of the map being bigger as it is. And I think Giants is getting better and better at making maps. And I can learn a lot from that. I'm already liked the older maps, and from like Felsbrunn and so on, Goldcrest Valley. But I think the newer ones are better and better. Here we have another factory. And it looks really cute. And not cute in a like the little lamp way, but like old-fashioned building cute. And the background of the forest is nice. I already made this myself on my upcoming map, and we have this very nice tool for this, and they used it like master tool users. Yeah, and here we have no hedges, but walls, stone walls, and they can also be placed like fences. And here we have a place where we have a nice overview, and there we can see the ruin. We can rebuild this ruin. Yeah, and I think that's awesome. We can take the stones from the quarry and maybe process them further, bring them there, and then we have another castle, because we already have a castle at the port. And in the beginning, when I heard, oh, we will have fishing, I thought, oh, will we have enough fields? And I would say yes. I saw already so many fields here. So this is a map where you can enjoy your field work, you can work in the woods, and you can do the fishing stuff. And oh, I can't wait to play on this map. Yeah, and if you are interested, I would love to do an English language let's play on this. It's a UK map. I will do a German let's play on it too, obviously, but yeah, I would also love to play it on my English channel, if you are interested to watch it. And yeah, I already like this map so much that I wouldn't mind to play it on 2 different channels. Here is this little fish growing up station, the production to make little tiny fishes. And it's not shown further. I guess later we can see it in more detail. And there in the background in the water, not now, but soon, when we see the sea, there is something green coming up. There, you see this greenish thing? That is the little fish grow up to bigger fish station. And yeah, there also, that was the only glimpse of it that we got. And I think this is a selling station area at the left side. And there was also another farm, which they said will be the main farm, but it's not yet done. Therefore, they showed the other farm to us. Yeah, and there at the right side, this bridge leads out of the map. So what we can see at the right side is no more part of the map. And this is a very good trick, like Oxygen David does it, and I try to do it on my maps as well, to let the map feel bigger through making a huge and interesting background area that is outside of the map. And here they made a masterpiece. Like I said, they are getting better and better at making maps, in my opinion. Look, that there in the background, it doesn't look like, oh, and now we see the castle. And we can walk into the castle. but it looks like as not being something like a selling station or so, just something where we can go inside and do some role play maybe. And it looks really rundown. Later we will see how they make it with this to make a house look more old and dirty. They will give us improved tools to make a house dirty and old. And usually I'm not so much eager with making a house look dirty and run down, but those new tools give us the possibility to do it with style. And I like that. I think I will use this as soon as it comes available for modders. Because right now, I don't know yet whether we will be able to use the new tools when this pack comes out, or only with the next farm sim iteration. I already asked in our partner Discord, but I didn't get an answer yet. And we see the harbor. We will go to the harbor right now, and we see all those typical old-fashioned buildings that I really like. And I think it was a good idea to make those new run-down looking features for this map, because I guess there are quite a lot of old buildings in Scotland, and yeah, they had to look old with style. So better than before. Here is the area where you can buy a ship and put it into the water. And then you have your own ship to transport the little fishes to the big fish, growing station, and to bring the food there. And we have this flock of birds, so they made a new behavior model for wild animals that at certain point you can define, okay, here we get a whole flock of birds if there is food available or things like that. Yeah, and there you can, on the roofs, you can see all this old and run down stuff. I think they went rather far with that. I guess with my own buildings, I wouldn't do it so strong. In the beginning, when I was modding, I only made buildings that were completely new and clean. And then slowly by slowly, I started to making them. Here we can see this flock behavior. And I started making them look a little bit used and lived in. And that's how I like it. But for certain occasions, I would go a little bit stronger. Maybe for a castle like that. Oh, and here we see they show us how it's done. And this is extremely interesting for modders. And I would say only a little bit interesting for non-modders. And as I don't understand the whole procedure yet, only half of it or so, I will show you a little bit of that. And then there is a very interesting part. But not all of this, which takes around at least 10 minutes, what he showed. And I was sitting there with an open mouth and say, wow, this is interesting. This will change a lot. And it will. But we don't know yet when we will get this new possibilities to add to our buildings, and whether we need to change all our buildings for that. nothing is said yet. So now I stop recording and we see each other again when there is this very interesting part. So I guess here we are. He is showing how this plant growth can be modified just by changing some numbers. And this is how the texture looks. And from this texture, the game engine knows, okay, everywhere where it's red, we take those special kind of growth. And look, now this is just a number that is changed. And so we just have to paint it. Okay, it should be more in the corners, in the inside corners. And then from there we can make it stronger and weaker. And if we have a building that is in the forest, we can make it very strong with a lot of moss and so as well. And if it's standing in a dry town and it's rather new, the building, we can change it to being not so much. Here we see the moss, extremely moss, and then only a little bit of moss. And yeah, we already can change the amount of moss that is shown on a roof, for example. That's already there, and I use it. But yeah, those other plants are new, and we got a lot more possibilities to use it stronger than before. Now we can see the dirt. And so the whole view, the whole look of the building can be changed just by changing some numbers. And we don't need to build completely new textures. And there are even more new possibilities to change the colors. Here we can change the color of the dirt, but we can also change the color of the wood, for example, the color maybe of the roof, of the stones. But they didn't show us precisely how it's done, so we have to find out. Here, now we can see how they will change this wooden board, and so we see it in a second, I guess. And it will be changed into just wood. Come on, yes, here we are. And then they change it to all kind of different colors. I think that's enough about this technical stuff, but I think you could understand and see that there are interesting possibilities to tweak the look of buildings. And yeah, building modders are very excited about this. And now we go back to the map itself. Here we are, driving again. Yeah, I have to get used to those left side traffic. Oh, maybe if I get used in the game, then I could rent a car in England if I come there. I will come to England again in January for Lammer, but I think then I will take Ubers together with the others or so. But you never know whether I come at a different time as well, and maybe then I would need to drive myself. And if I get some training on the map, maybe that's good. Yeah, oh, we missed this huge bridge there. It's a huge old stone bridge, and now we come to something like a railway station. And there is a very old train, very cute and old. And this station didn't got this making old treatment. It will. I guess. This map is not yet finished, but for me it looks rather finished. Yeah, here you see this very nice old train. And you can use it. We will see it in a minute. Here now we are inside the train, activating it. And now driving on the map. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Tell me whether you like what you see of this map and if you are as eager as me to play on it. And I'm really excited about this map. Very, very excited. Thank you for your support as a Ruby channel member. If you want to buy FS25 or a DLC, feel free to use my code OMATANA. You'll find the link for the PC version in the video description. It doesn't cost you anything extra and supports me a lot. Now I wish you a wonderful day, thank you for watching and all the best till next time. Tschüss!